What is going on, guys? My name is Tim Roswick, and today we're talking about a game design principle that I feel like, well, it's not a game design principle. It's more of a way to come up with unique and creative indie game ideas. Because one of the things that I've noticed with coming up with anything with having to do with the game design is indie games are popular for being unique and cool and interesting, right? And when you're a developer and you're trying to come up with a really unique idea, it's really hard to do. Like trying to come up with something that is genre defying, that is outside of an existing genre, that's really unique is really hard to do. And on top of that, if you actually succeed, which is very unlikely because it's very hard to do, if you actually succeed and come up with something so unique that no one's ever seen before, that's a problem because no one's ever seen it before. No one understands what they're looking at. So if people play it on YouTube, they play it on Twitch, they see it at a convention, nobody knows what the hell's going on because it's a genre they've never seen before. And that's where this little, I think, tidbit of knowledge comes in. I think one of the coolest ways to make unique and interesting indie games is by taking two existing genres and smashing them together, combining genres. I think this is cool for two reasons. First off, I think combining genres allows you an easier way to make a unique game. Rather than just say, I can create anything under the sun and try and figure out that massive infinite space of unique games, you could just say, I want to take this type of game and this type of game and combine them together and see what it looks like. That's a lot easier, and I think it's a lot more doable because you have at least something to work from. Number two, when you combine two existing genres, not only do you merge their fan bases, right? If you take an FPS and an RPG, you throw them together, you can appeal to both fans of FPSs and RPGs, twice the fans. And actually, I'm going to give you a third bonus one here. When you combine genres, people know what to expect. And this goes, if they play it on YouTube, if they play it on Twitch, if people see it, they'd be like, oh, it's like that meets that. It's this genre meets that genre. They understand at a glance what's going on. And that makes it really easy to sell them the game, to get them interested, and all that stuff, because at a glance they can tell what's going on. And I feel like this is such a missed opportunity for so many people try and create completely independent games. They try and create like completely unique games, or they go the other spectrum and they try and make the same game that everybody's making, like the FPS. I think one of the games that has really done this for me and really succeeded, it's not an indie game, but it's a AAA game that I think paints the picture perfectly. It's one of my favorite games, Destiny. The original Destiny was made by Bungie, which was the developer that made Halo, which Halo was the game that got me into making games. So, of course, when they came out with a new game, I was like, hell yeah, I'm all about it. Destiny is an FPS meets an RPG, and they took what they were fantastic at, creating first-person shooters. The gun feel, the shooting, everything feels so amazing about their games, and they combined that with RPG elements, a quest system, loot, exotic items that you could earn from doing different, activities, and it was just amazing for me. And I played that game for all of its lifespan, 3.5 years, and there was big chunks of time in between there. I played that game daily, every single day. So that was successful in my mind. I'm not going to talk about Destiny 2 because it's got all kinds of issues right now. But they successfully, in my mind, combined FPS and an RPG. And because they did that, I think they captivated audiences of both sides. They brought them together, and they created something really cool and really unique that I still, to this day, don't really feel like has any competition. And it's years later. I don't think any game has really kind of captured that same core audience that Destiny has. And for me personally, like, that game held my attention way longer than any normal game did. Way longer, because it had PvP and PvE elements, and it was awesome. So I feel like if you're looking for a way to create a unique game, you might want to consider smashing two ideas together, because not only is it easier, you can start from reference. I want to join this game with this game, but you can make a game that's easily identifiable, that people can understand, and you can make a game that has twice the audience size of any individual genre, because you're combining two genres that people love. And if you do all those things, I feel like you've got a hit game on your hands. Like you've got a game that really resonates with people, that people love, that people share with their friends. And I think it's just way better than trying to come up with a unique game from scratch. And I've definitely like thought about this a lot. Like in fact, for Ludum Dare 40, before the theme came out and messed with my plans, one of the things I was planning on doing is combining a tower defense game with an RTS game, because I thought that was really interesting on like how that would work. And I had this whole idea for like pyramids in Egypt, and it was going to be zombies waves, and yeah, it was crazy. But I was going to combine those two ideas. I've also thought about like combining a tower defense game with a card game and making it to where you don't actually determine the towers, you determine the order of the dudes that walk through the towers with like different sets of cards. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do, not just my stupid dinky little ideas. There's countless ways you can combine genres in games that you like and make something really cool and unique. And like I said, it's easily identifiable. You merge two audiences. People know what they're looking at, and it makes it easier to sell the game as well, which ties into marketing. So that's all I got for you today. I just want to share that quick bit of stuff that was on my brain. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a like and a comment down below. If you got any questions on this, or you got any suggestions or additions to what I've said, I learned just as much from you guys as you learned from me, so leave those in the comments below. But once again, I'm Tim Ruswick, and I will see you again tomorrow.